Welcome back to another edition of the Hammer Draft Series on Forward Progress presented by Fanduel. Today we're going to be drafting the division winners, or who we think will win each division in 2025. To my left, I have Rob Pizzola. To my right, I have Fabian Summer. I guess it's actually kind of flipped for the video. I kind of messed that up.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's all good. Anyways, we'll skip through that. Today it's only going to be you two guys, and the rules will be as follows. We're going to be doing 16 teams each. So unfortunately, no audience picks for you guys, for the audience, but I'm sure you'll enjoy the video regardless. $250 wagered for each person. Winner will take all, like we do it before, snake style draft, and whoever gets the most division winners right wins the whole goddamn thing. Only one thing left to do here, guys. Pull up random.org. Time to show you guys my IP address and randomize and see who goes first. All right. Suuma, you're going first. Rob, you're going second. Suuma, did you want to go first here, or were you thinking maybe the two spot is where it's at?
I will take the one spot.
All right. Suma's going to take the one spot, and we're going to start with round one. Suuma, 101. Who you got?
Only the easiest pick. Give me the Bills.
This random.org has cucked me once again. By far the easiest pick when you consider the rest of the teams in the division.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of game theory involved in this one because you can go deeper down. You get to pick all 32 teams are being picked here. But of course, far and away, the most likely to win their division is, of course, the Buffalo Bills. Over on FanDuel right now, they're priced at minus 280 to win their division. Not too many minus money division winners out there. But, Rob, there's a couple for you to snag up on this 2-3 spot back-to-back here. So you got two picks coming up. Tell us who you like and why.
Yeah, there's some very clear game theory. There's almost like a mathematical approach you could take to doing this type of contest, which I haven't done because I haven't prepped for this at all. So now I'm trying to figure it all out on the fly. But I think even with Cincy and Pittsburgh in the division, I have to go with the Ravens here as well. So that's definitely an easy one. Now, the next one becomes more challenging because I think it's a very obvious pick from a numbers perspective as well. But I know there's going to be a lot of comments saying like, well, did you know like the winner of this division has not won the division again in like the last 24 years or whatever the hell that stat is for the NFC East. But I'm going to take the Eagles as well. And I don't know that they're going to buck that trend this year, but they're by far the best team in the division, greater than 50% to win it. And I know there's other good teams in there, but there's also the Giants, and that makes the likelihood the Eagles win even higher. So I'll go Baltimore, Philadelphia.
All right, Baltimore, Philadelphia. If you've been watching this series, the audience, if you guys have been watching this series, Rob, you are all in on the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I hope Lamar stays healthy. I love Lamar. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. But if he doesn't, you are absolutely cucked. And maybe you'll address that later on in the video. Maybe you'll apply some game theory here. No, you're just going to be hashtag team content. I love that. That's what I want to see. Man. All right, Suuma, you got the next two picks here, 4 and 5. Who you got?
The first one will be easy. When I can take the Chiefs to win the division, I will take them. So first pick, Chiefs. I think no further explanation needed. The second one is going to be interesting. Deciding between two teams, and I am going with the Houston Texans. I think the Colts and Titans are pretty much not going to compete. So it's basically between the Texans and let's say, decent upside case for the Jaguars, who could have a very good offense. But I think the Texans are still the superior team, and their defense might be enough, even if Stroud is not as good.
Yep. The Kansas City Chiefs, last team that is minus money to win their division. Now we're going to start some flag planting right now. Texans plus 110 to win their division. Rob, we're closing out round 3, heading into round 4. You have pick 6 and 7. Tell us who you got here.
Yeah, it's a different kind of draft because, I ordinarily would like some of these NFC North teams a lot better than teams that I'm about to pick potentially. but that division is so challenging that it drops all those teams down the list. I'll start with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I still think that they're the most likely remaining divisional favorite to win here. I'm not super high on Atlanta this season. I understand the high upside cases, and I think there are many for Atlanta, but I also think there's a lot of high downside cases with that team as a whole if they can't solve the pass rush and if they don't get solid quarterback play. So I'll go with the Bucks as the first one. And then, you know what? I'm just going to continue the theme of picking teams that have that I'm high on, and I'm willing to, you know, as George said in a previous video, I don't know, plant a flag in the moon with or something like that. I'm going 49ers as my other team here. I like them more than the Rams in the NFC West.
All right, 49ers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers are off the board. 49ers plus 165 to win their division. We're now getting into murky territory. Suuma, you got 2 picks, but I want to recap all the teams after your next pick. So just make one right now. We'll recap the teams, and we'll get into your other pick.
Then I will take the first interdivision team, and I am going with the Rams. I think there's some downside because we are basically betting on aging Matthew Stafford, aging Devontae Adams, and they are kind of fragile in a sense, but I think if things go right, they could go really right for them.
Yeah, I like that pick, and I was actually very interested to see if anyone was going to take the 49ers and the Rams in some way because, you know what, Rob, I like the idea of you avoiding the NFC North because they're so strong, but you could double up on a division, have a really good chance, and try and almost hedge yourself to guarantee you at least one division winner. You guys chose to do the opposite and swing for the upside there. I love it. Let's quickly recap the teams here. Only one division left with all their teams remaining in the aforementioned NFC North. Suuma, your team is as follows: the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Rams. Rob, Ravens, Eagles, Bucks, and 49ers. No one went with my strategy of doubling up on teams, all individual divisions. But now we're going to see some interdivision play. I'm excited to see that here. Suuma, you're up next with the 9th pick in the draft. Before we get into the next round, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at Fanduel. It might be the offseason, but if you want to bet on NFL futures, Fanduel is the place to go for that action. They have tons of futures at FanDuel Sportsbook, including player award props like MVP, season leaders in passing, rushing, and receiving, season-long receiving props, rushing props, passing props, and so much more. They also have team futures. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to win their respective conference, their division? At what stage will each team be eliminated? They also have win totals, including alt win totals, and guess what? You can parlay them all together. The excitement for something new goes live at FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward progress to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/forward progress.
This is tough. I think I might go with a pick strictly on like game theory, and I want to cover the NFC West. And I'm saying the Seahawks are not going to win it, but I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals. So I have the Cardinals and the Rams, and I think the Cardinals have some decent upside also for this division. I mean, this could be theoretically a division where all teams are like battling for wildcard spots and might go 10 wins or something. So that would not surprise me. So I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Love the process. Wrong team, though, Suuma. You know I'm high on the Seahawks. What are you doing here? Arizona Cardinals plus 400 to win the division. I like the thought process, though, of trying to double up within a division. You're going to have to. So attack the NFC West, which is one of the weaker divisions in terms of who the odds makers think will win that division. Rob, you have 2 picks, 10 and 11 coming up. Give them to us.
Yeah, I really wish I had mathed this out beforehand because I'm trying to do it on the fly, and it's just by looking at numbers. I took the Eagles earlier. I'm going to go with the Commanders now. Listen, as much as I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm also a realist. And those are 2 really good football teams in the NFC. So I kind of just want to try my best to cement the NFC East. And I think those teams are far and above the others. Now I'm into interesting territory here. And I'm kind of going to go the same route that I did just now. And I'm going to take the Bengals so that I have Ravens and Bengals in the AFC North. This could have been many other possibilities, and I'm sure someone will jump in and be like, oh, this maybe wasn't mathematically the right thing to do. But I feel pretty good about divisional winner in the NFC East and the AFC North right now. So I'm going to go ahead and lock in Bengals.
Yeah, now the only dangerous thing with doubling up and picking a bunch of teams in the same division is you need to have the most wins in a division. So you could leave yourself with realistically maxing out at 3 or 4 wins and kind of losing that high upside, when Suuma, on the other hand, might be taking multiple teams from 6 different divisions and giving them a real chance at the prize here. But yeah, I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts. I will actually want to see how wrong Rob's math currently is right now. So if you're doing the math as you follow along, let us know in the comment section down below. We always read that stuff, and anytime I can go after Rob about his math, I'm going to be doing it. So appreciate the crowdsourcing and the help from the audience. Suuma, pick number 12, pick number 13. You're up next. Let's hear it.
I am going to cover the downfall of Rob's Bucks pick, and I'm going with the Falcons and Eric Eager's hashtag keep pounding. I mean, it's the Bucks division to lose, absolutely, but Chris Godwin, second surgery. Tristan Wirfs might start the season on PUP. I think that the defense is going to take a step back. I love Baker Mayfield. I love the offense. But if something goes wrong, I think the Falcons and the Panthers are very live in this one.
A supreme cucking there from Suuma. I love that pick. I love the game theory involved in that. The math is probably wrong. I don't know how it works, but I love that pick personally. So again, tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah, just in terms of how this is structured, it's going to be interesting to see, but I absolutely love that from Suuma. We have pick 14 and 15 coming up for Rob. Rob, are you gonna inverse cuck Suuma here, or are you gonna take the Saints and like kind of lock down the NFC South?
No. At this point, there is. I wonder if anyone of us is going to take 4 teams from one division, like still on the table.
You,
right?
You have to.
It's guaranteed. No. So I think there's a very clear game theory option right now, which is the Lions. So I'm going to go with the Lions. Biggest favorite remaining on the board to win a division. As much as I may not love them, I think that's the very clear, obvious pick. Now we can go anywhere, really. And as weird as it may seem, there's like a case for New England right now. There is... But I feel like I should just take my choice of the other NFC North team, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make the wrong choice.
There's only one right choice here.
There is, but I'm going to make the wrong one. I'm going to take the Packers.
All right. I would have let you phone a friend here if you wanted, but
you have to understand that like there's other things that come into play here, considering that like half of the team at the Hammer are Vikings fans, right? I don't want to hear it from these guys. I really don't. Hitman, Moretto, like I don't want to hear it. So that comes into consideration when making this pick.
Yeah, you have 2 people who absolutely love the Vikings. Almost half of our forward progress crew is really high on the Packers, and there's one lonely little guy who's really high on the Chicago Bears. You could have phoned a friend there and helped out, but they're leaving the Bears to the Wolves. That's all right, fine. I'm sure Suma's going to scoop that up next round. And honestly, right before your pick, I like had a little brain fart. You're like, I wonder if anyone's going to take 4 guys from one division. I'm like, yeah, you have to. We're taking all 32 teams. I now understand what you're saying. If anyone's going to hold every team in the division, guarantee themselves a division winner. Yeah. A great brain fart from me. It's okay. I guess we're still
People
in
are
July,
accustomed to it at this point, right?
All right, all good. Suuma, give me the 16th pick. We'll recap, and then we'll go into your 17th pick. But right now, 16 overall. Who you got?
I hate this choice because the problem is that because Rob took Green Bay, I have to take the NFC North now. I cannot leave both teams on the table, so I have to take them. I will take the Vikings for sure.
So quickly, before you get into your next pick, let's recap the teams here. But I love what you're saying there, and that Rob is forcing you to take an NFC North. Maybe I'm cheating a little bit here, giving you a little bit of help, but I don't think he's going to take the Bears. So you might want to wait on that pick. Right now, looking at Suma's team, he has the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Vikings. Rob, you have the Ravens, Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, Commanders, Bengals, Lions, and Packers. We're halfway through the draft. We're about to dig through some garbage. I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts. Right now, if we were to stop here, who do you think is going to win the division winners? I want to hear your prediction down in the comment section below. Which team you prefer, Rob's or Suma's? Suuma, you get the 17th pick here. Round it up for us. Who you got?
Tough one. This is rough now.
We're digging through the trash.
I have two choices, and I am going to cover my Texans pick, and I'm going to take the Jaguars.
Jaguars plus 300 right now on FanDuel. I like that one. Getting the top two in a rather stinky bad division. Colts, Titans remaining for the AFC South. Have your pick of Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, and hey, maybe Cam Ward has infinite upside, as was said on this channel. But anyways, Rob, you got the next two picks coming up, 18 and 19. Again, we're deep down the board here. Chances are none of these teams from here on out are going to win the division, but you want to take a swing. You want to hedge yourself if something goes wrong. So how are you going to do that? What teams are you going to pick here?
Oh, man. It gets harder when you go down the board here. It really does. I might do some stupid things right now.
That's why we do this content. Not an easy exercise here.
Might get real dumb. Could get real dumb. I feel good about three divisions I have right now, and a decent shot with Tampa and San Fran. I feel like my EV is good right now. And it's like, do I just want to add to the EV in those divisions, or do I want to take shots in the other ones? Give me the Chargers.
All right, Los Angeles Chargers for you, Rob, going against Suuma, who has the Chiefs. I wonder on the way back here if you're going to take the Denver Broncos as well, who are still on the board. Los Angeles Chargers, like I mentioned, plus 280 to win their division. Rob, you're up next.
Yeah, it's tough. This is tough.
One more pick for you.
Because I wouldn't hate getting stuck with the Raiders in that division, to be honest. I wouldn't hate it.
There is a path where you can get all three.
I mean, there's a path to me taking the Steelers right now, and I don't want to say that's like a guarantee in the NFC North. But the Browns winning to me seems so incredibly unlikely at this point. But I'm already in good position in that division. That's what makes this most challenging.
Do you want to take your good bet, make a bad bet, and waste an early pick on that? Is that what you're thinking with the Steelers here?
I hate the Steelers so much. That's what I'm thinking here right now. Give me the Denver Broncos.
All right. Denver Broncos. I like that. Kind of attacking the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe rooting for a little bit.
I don't like that at all, there. Man. I feel like that could have been two wasted picks right there.
Probably. I mean, Chargers were definitely a waste. Broncos maybe not. Chargers are going to be drawn dead this year, but it is what it is.
I mean, the Chiefs are what, like 50% to win? It seems low, right? Like, it seems in my head low, but that's what the market numbers are right now, 50%-ish. So
that's what the market has for the Kansas City Chiefs. I know what you're going to be rooting for throughout the entire season. The Chargers and the Broncos. Not anything bad to happen to the Chiefs, obviously. Anyway, Suuma, on to you for pick number 20 and 21. We're really deep right now.
Tough. It's basically 2 out of 3. I have no stock in the AFC North, and there's only one remaining team that could potentially win it, and I cannot give Rob like all 3 teams there. So first choice is the Steelers.
All right, going with the Steelers plus 500 to win their division.
And then I also need some stock in the NFC East. And it's not going to be the Giants. So I need to gamble on our boy Dak and our boy Brian Schottenheimer.
All right. The Dallas Cowboys. Look at that. And that is, I believe, the second team. Oh, no, sorry. That's not the second team off the board for the NFC East. I read my paper wrong. The Commanders are there. But, Rob, you went after the Eagles and the Commanders. You left your favorite team on the board in the NFC East. I can't help but think that's a little bit of a head scratcher because you're going to be now rooting against yourself one way or the other. Either your favorite team to be dog shit, which is the most likely scenario here, or if they end up being actually good, you're going to lose out on a division winner here. So going to be in a tough spot. Rob, you have 2 more picks.
I'm in a lot of pain right now. Not going to lie to you.
How are you going to manage with this? Let's hear it. Is it the New York Giants up next, round out the NFC East?
No. So for starters, I'm going to take the Patriots now.
Okay.
I don't love it, but they're the second best team in their division, odds-wise. You can make argument that they're not, but I think that they're slightly the second best team in the division going into the year. You're basically, sadly, rooting for a Josh Allen injury at that point. But it's football. Stuff can happen. This next one is tough. Man, there's a lot of shit teams left on the board. I'd like some exposure in the AFC South because I can't just give this to Suuma. Can't just give a division. I hate them so much. Just give me the Colts. I'll take the Colts.
I wanted to lock them up.
Rob going with the Colts there. Suuma, I'm going to be honest. I like the idea of you locking them up, but man, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, have fun with those guys. Golly.
DJ, once he gets inserted as the starter in week 3, he is going to cook in the Colts offense.
DJ is in Daniel Jones?
DJ is going to cook.
I've literally never heard anyone call him that. I've heard Vanilla Vic, but not DJ. All right, anyways. Suuma, you're up next. 24th pick in the draft. Give us one. Then we'll do a quick recap of the teams before we head into our last 4 rounds.
I think there's one logical one, and I have to take the Bears. Give me 2 teams in that division. Great upside case for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. The Bears
But
are taken.
Of course,
I
you
don't
love the
think
Bears
Rob
pick.
expected me to take the Bears.
Really?
I wasn't expecting you to take the Bears, no.
Really? Suuma, I know you like their defense, though, no?
Defense, I think, might be borderline top 10, but I also just like the upside case. Like,
Love it.
Yeah.
if that offense is clicking, they're really clicking, I think.
Whenever you say the name Ben Johnson, Suuma actually gets an erection, and in that exact moment.
Exactly.
All right, let's
Don't
do
stand
a
up.
quick recap.
Do not stand up, Suuma.
Let's do a quick recap of the teams here. We'll bring it up on screen. Suuma, you got the Bills, Chiefs, Texans, Rams, Cardinals, Falcons, Panthers, Vikings, Jaguars, Steelers, Cowboys, and Bears. Rob, you have the Ravens, the Eagles, the Bucks, the 49ers, the Commanders, the Bengals, the Lions, the Packers, the Chargers, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Colts. And that's about it. We have 8 teams left. Now we're really digging through some garbage. We have teams that are 12-1, 25-1, 13-1 to win their division. We're not talking conference or Super Bowl here. We are in the absolute shits. So I'm curious to see how you guys choose to round this out. Are you going to stack your teams you already have a lot of stock in their division, or are you going to look for maybe a little bit more exposure in teams that you don't, or divisions you don't have any teams for? Suuma, you got one more pick. Who you got here?
Maybe that's the pick that Rob was expecting. I'm finishing the 49ers fate, and I'm taking the Seahawks.
All right, that's 3 teams for Suuma in the NFC West. Rob, it's looking tough here unless those 49ers, win. That's a division locked up for Suuma there. The 49ers don't win. Rob,
Yeah, no shit, Jay. If he's got 3 of the 4 teams in the division, of course.
I'm just letting you know, letting the audience know in case.
Locked.
I find it hard to keep
It's locked up if the favorite in the division doesn't win. It's locked up.
Listen, maybe the math guys can help me out with that if I'm wrong. But anyways, Rob, you're up next.
This is awful. I feel like this draft started so well for me, and it's ended so poorly. I mean, granted, all these teams are... oh my God, man. These teams are so bad. All right. I mean, I will begrudgingly take the Dolphins. I don't really see the case for them to win the division, but they're somehow a team worse in the division. So, you know, we have 7 teams left. I'm going to take the one that is above another within the same division.
Great logic. Love it. Next team you got?
So now it's, I got some debates happening internally because we obviously have the unknown in Cam Ward, who G-Stack George he thinks is like the second coming of Peyton Manning, you know, in his rookie year. Although Manning went like 1-15 in his rookie year. Or I go and take every team in the AFC West that's not the Chiefs. So as Jay would say, I'm guaranteed to win if the Chiefs don't win the division. But I'm rooting against Mahomes to win the division, which seems so foolish. Seems so dumb. Oh, man. Okay, give me the Tennessee Titans.
All right.
Damn.
Locking in the Tennessee Titans for you, Rob. And mathematically, if the Jaguars and Texans don't win the division, then Rob, yes, you will be the winner of that. Is that how it works? Anyways, how many picks are left? We have 5 picks left. Suuma, you have 3 more to go. But you have 2 picks coming up right here, right now. We're deep in the weeds here. Not really much left.
The cream is coming now.
What's left is the Jets, the Browns, the Raiders, the Giants, the Saints. That's it.
I will go with #JMath, and I'm going to lock up the NFC South, and I'm going to take the Saints. So I'm going to win if the Bucks don't.
There you go. That's good math right there. New Orleans Saints. Not sure I like that one, but I don't think I'm going to like any of the next 5. So, New Orleans Saints locked up here, locking up that NFC South if anything goes wrong with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Suuma, you have 1 more pick here to the start round 15. 4 teams left.
Yeah. So the Raiders. So if the Chiefs are falling down, Mahomes gets injured, I'm still struggling to see the Raiders beating out the Broncos and the Chargers. I think if something goes wrong with the Bills, with Josh Allen, I think the Jets are probably more likely in that condition to make up anything in that division against the Dolphins and the Pats. So I'm going with the Jets.
All right, a little bit of Homer bias there. Suuma is a Jets fan, but I won't call him out for it. Rob,
well, I'm going to call him out for it. I'm actually very glad that he went with his Jets, who I think are absolutely dreadful this year. I think there are some high upside cases with I'm not a Pete Carroll guy, but hey, maybe the Geno Smith indoors on turf has been a thing for a while now and could come to fruition in Las Vegas. I'm definitely going Vegas as my first.
Raiders, wow. And then Rob, we're in the last round here. You have 2 picks left. The Browns and the Giants. I know which one you should take.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Good man.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Any reason as you want the Giants over the Browns? Just rub it into TA right now as he's listening.
I mean, both are dreadful options. Like, we're probably talking about, I don't even know what the implied odds on something like this is. It's got to be like 2-3%, something along those lines. Feels high. Could have went either one. I just generally like the Giants more. That's all it comes down to. I like having Baltimore Cincy quite a bit on top of the NFC North. I think Baltimore of any team I feel the most confident in terms of like what their floor is as a team, even relative to the Eagles or Commanders in the East. So yeah, give me the Giants.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, It's tough for the Browns, but the Giants as well. Very tough division, but you can kind of like cross out the Cowboys as division winners. So there's really only three teams. Three teams there. Suuma, you're forced for your last pick, but I'll let you say it. Who is it?
Stinky Browns.
There it is. The Cleveland Browns. And that wraps it up for us here today. I'm going to bring up the teams right now on your screen. I want you guys to comment down below. Let us know who you think is going to win this draft. Right now, I don't know. I'm stuck between you guys. I also want to hear comments. What do you guys have to say if maybe the strategy was off, if somebody, Rob's math was off, if my math was off? I think my math was correct. Anyways, before we head out, let's list off these teams. Suuma, you got the first pick, and you were able to take the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Vikings, the Jaguars, the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Bears, the Seahawks, the Saints, the Jets, and the stinky Browns. That leaves Rob with the Ravens, the Eagles, the Bucks, 49ers, the Commanders, the Bengals, the Lions, the Packers, the Chargers, the Broncos, the Pats, the Colts, and the Dolphins, Titans, Raiders, and Giants. That's it. That's it from us. Those last few picks. Can't believe we have to talk about those teams. Utterly disgusting. But again, we want to hear your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? And while you're down there dropping those comments, telling us why we're wrong about which pick we made, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, because we have a couple more of these Hammer Draft Series content coming your way. So make sure you subscribe to Forward Progress. Make sure you turn those notification bells on, because we have a video coming out for you very soon, every Tuesday and Thursday up until the beginning and the start of this NFL season. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.